All right. A hearty welcome to all of you that are part of the Rabyd Nation, whether you're a subscriber, a member, or just somebody curious who's hit the like button. You are part of the nation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your host, Ed Raby, a former pastor turned atheist, now a compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to a fireside chat here on a Monday evening. Fire being more necessary. I saw your late comment there, Rimmer. Yes, we have snow. There's white stuff out my door, though it's taken a little bit of a beating today because it got up above freezing, so some of it has disappeared, and it's kind of pale reflection of what it was yesterday. But yes, we did get some snow, so there's that. But welcome to the Rabyd Days. And this is just an open forum, open discussion, and somebody's already dropped something to talk about already in the chat, and I'll get to that in a minute. Just a reminder, there's a goal in chat. If I reach that goal, I will wear the hat chosen by the poll for the rest of the stream. It's my low-key and fun way of asking for money, and so there is that. But before we get started, let's get the initial roll call here, and Blossom was here early, literally asking the question that everybody wants to know. Then you had Fred Harvey also here. Welcome, Senator. Let's see, Rimmer showed up. Here, if I can get my mouse to work. So there's that. There we go. There's Rimmer. All right. And let's see. Michael's here. The mighty Philbert. Probably summoned by the very song that he wrote. There you go. Wolf Sinclair's here. Martin is here. Don't sniff it and don't eat the yellow kind. Yeah, I learned though. I've grown up in Michigan most of my life. I've lived through actually several storms here in my state. So Skeptic Philosophy is also here. Stormbird, thank you very much. Appreciate that right out the gate. So there you go. You don't know if you care. All right. Yes. Opening discussion. Blossom is like, why is Douglas Wilson on Sam Harris' podcast? For those of you who don't know, Douglas Wilson has like become the new darling of the Christian right and Christian nationalism as far as a pastor. He's a pastor in Moscow, Idaho. He's also like a professor at some seminary, Bible college, something. He's also become quite popular to interview. But let's just understand what he is. He's a young earth creationist. He is a Christian nationalist, definitely wants Christianity to take over America again, quote unquote. He's very much of the ilk that if we don't have Christian morality, we don't have morality. So why the hell would you have him on Sam Harris? Well, I don't know. I mean, I understand platforming. I get that people don't like to platform certain people, but you know what? I'm becoming more like rationality rules these days. Platform them and let them talk. Okay, just let them talk. Often they don't realize how ridiculous they sound, okay, until they have to talk about it. So I don't know. I haven't watched this podcast. I plan on now because it sounds intriguing. And I'll make this. It's probably, I made this observation in the chat. I want to reiterate it. It's probably for the clicks and views. Okay. I mean, don't hate the players, guys. Hate the game. This is the game of YouTube. The game of YouTube of becoming relevant or becoming whatever is clicks and views. It's like trying to get people to notice you. Okay. It's like, it's otherwise, what voice do you have? And so I think that's kind of what's going on here. So, yeah, pretty much like everybody else is a sinner and except me kind of attitude. That's one of the things, attitudes of Christianity I don't like very much. And it's in almost every version of Christianity. Like we have this right. Yeah. He was done in 2000. Jerry Falwell was done in 2007. So yeah. Okay. Oh, Nightly heathen perversity and the nunnery. Okay, yes, there we go. Yeah, when you see his face, you know exactly who they're talking about because he's been interviewed so many times on so many channels. I think CNN has had him, Fox has had him. Um, so he has influence. He talks a lot. So yes, I I'm not sure it's validation. Just having somebody on your show doesn't validate them. Like if I had a theist on Blossom, I wouldn't be there to validate them. I'd be interested in talking with them about their viewpoint. And I think sometimes these people, like Christian nationalists and people who are racist and people who have different views of different people, you put them on and you let them talk, and people go, "What the hell is wrong with that guy?" Okay, and I think I guess I could justify it from Sam Harris's point of view. This guy has been on major channels, so it's a worthy interview. I mean, you can't dismiss him as somebody who's not making waves in the areas that we're talking about. He's a young Earth creationist, which is always a fun time um, because they'll sit there and go, well, most young Earth creationists open with, well, the Bible says, the Earth is 6,000 to 10,000 years old, depending on basic math skills, and then they move on to something else. Like they go through it. So yeah, they all of a sudden they have to present their views in a forum that isn't exactly friendly. Okay, and when they do that, people, I don't know. It gets interesting at that point. What you mean? See, because if you put the worst on, they will ultimately do the thing. Like you see this on Jubilee because they had several Jubilee things where you get the guy in the center is either you know exposing people for how raw and stupid they are, or they're getting exposed. So it's kind of the thing about platforming somebody, and I've had this argument with myself many times. Like I don't necessarily interview people. That's not my thing. I'm a commentator. I like to comment on things. I like to react to chat. I like to keep people, going when they're deconverting. It's like I have my interests, and interviewing people is always a mixed bag. I think when I watch it on shows, because sometimes the interview goes well, sometimes it doesn't, and you end up going up and down with it, and it's just as bad as anything else. But yes, I the problem is the guy is already there. Like he's already being validated by a lot of people. So I'm not sure you're helping or hindering at that point. You should make them cry. Passions doesn't rage quit. I'm not interested. Yeah. Yeah, he's been out to lunch for quite some time. Yeah, I let him talk. I when you're on a hostile thing, Blossom, like Sam Harris isn't going to be friendly to this guy. Like he's an atheist. Okay, he's not going to buy the younger, but let him talk, because when people actually vocalize some of this stuff, you realize how ridiculous it sounds. Like I've often gotten Christians to vocalize the gospel, and when it comes, and then I repeat it back to him, like, okay, so God sacrifices himself to appease his wrath against his own anger that he himself has. Is that what you're saying? And they have to admit that that's not wrong. And it sounds silly. Well, when a young earth creationist gets on any platform and starts spouting their nonsense, it's like a lot of Christians are going, "Oh my God, please get this guy off." They don't want him platformed either. Trust me, there's a lot of people that do not like Douglas Wilson that are Christians. They have crosses around their neck. Okay, they don't like them. So yeah, you need to be able to steer where they say the crazy stuff, cut through the euphemisms. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I've seen the archetype too. That's kind of what I'm saying. You got a summer cold. I feel so bad for you. Lauren, welcome. Yeah, I can see you. Evan's late. Yeah, welcome to the Fluffle. The Fluffle of Fangs is large and well. Thank you. But yes, like I've had that debate. If I ever got into interviewing people, the issue of platforming becomes an issue. But I've also reacted to these people. So like I will do a reaction video, and I've done those in the past. Um, am I platforming the person by reacting to them? Like, am I making their name bigger? Because I mean, I don't know if you can really control how big somebody gets. It's like other people are going to do it. So, so there you go. Try interhearing. There we go. But yes, yeah, the thing with Douglas Wilson is I know for a fact, okay, that a lot of Christians get a cringe feeling when they hear him talk too. Like, so it's not just atheists and everybody else. Like Douglas Wilson is not like there's a lot of Christian groups that are against Christian nationalism. So you need to remember that. So yeah, he's pretty harmful on his own. Yeah, I was thinking about that too because my issue with Sam Harris as one of the four horsemen is I always felt like he was the outsider in the whole thing. Like it's Douglas Dennett was the quiet one, but he would talk, but he was the philosopher type. Christopher Hitchens definitely was a firebrand in his own right. Uh, Dawkins, of course, has his own controversies now, but back then he didn't. But he was more of the biological evolutionist coming at creationists back then. And then Sam Harris. And it's like Sam Harris had some notable debates. He had some notable comments on certain shows. And now he runs his own show. So I guess I get it. So, I mean, I don't know. The Four Horsemen have kind of broken up. They're kind of done. So, two of them are dead, and the other two are like not what they once were. So it's up to a new group of atheists to kind of carry the torch now. And I think there's a lot more of us. I think that's the thing. There's a lot more of us than there used to be, and so it's more of a movement than it used to be. So let's see. The performing line is just about framing and pushback. I don't think showing bad views is necessary platforming, not showing how bad they are or pushing back is. Yes. Yes. Dennett. Yeah. I miss Dennett. He was one of the good ones. Oh, Katie. Good to see you, Katie. Yeah, we have the advantage in that we don't have authorities. Like Christians have to rely on the authority of their church or God's word or whatever. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know of too many Stormburn that don't have this problem. Most all religions have the problem of an authority issue, like the religion says or the philosophy says or whatever. So Harris has become Marian. It's not your cup of tea. Yeah, I like some of his moments because he kind of illustrates things very well. He's had some debates that I think changed a lot of people's minds about things. But yes, I don't know. And plus, they're only picking on Islam and the felt icky. And I think he also has some other issues since. When they all have. Yeah. Well, the thing with Islam, though, is it begs to be made fun of. It really does. I'm sorry. I'm not as expert in Islam as much as I am Christianity, but when you give me the origin story out the gate, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" So yeah, but my criticism of Islam aren't necessarily their character. It's like it's the theology and it's the viewpoint more than anything else. And he does do that. He can trivialize that. But yeah, he got pushed back on that. So, and maybe he's softened his words. I don't know. I haven't watched Sam a lot in the last few years. Scripture is a fundamentally flawed concept. Yeah, you think? There's no nice way to say that. Like, I am very certain that when I watch this interview or whatever it is, he, he's going to say some stupid shit based on his book. Okay. And you're going to have to say, well, your book hasn't proven itself. This has been the problem with the Bible since the beginning. Like, there's a lot of claims in the Bible, and some of them have absolutely been destroyed, that they cannot be true. And yet it persists. Picking on one religion when it's not actually the one you're most familiar with. Yeah, that's probably true. I actually appreciate, Evan, the former Islamists, people that go after their own religion. It's kind of like me. I think people appreciate me because I go after Christianity the most because Christianity was my faith. Like, I know the most about it. And I think that's fair. Like it. And when I think the best people that take on Islam are former Islamic people, like former Muslims. There are legions of them now that go after their faith and they know Islam. So there you go. That's probably better. Thanks, Martin. Appreciate it. Yes, 666, scared of numbers. Okay. Yes, Apostate Aladdin. Yep. I've heard of them. I haven't watched any of their stuff, but yeah. Yeah. Like I find that one like those kind of people are beneficial when they're dealing with Islam because they know the game. It's not just about, the culture intimately, it better. Like, I don't know Islamic culture that well because I haven't been a part of it. Like, there's a knowledge you get of a culture by being a part of it. I don't have that with Islam. And so I pick on Islam like I pick on all religions. Like, would you please give me some veracity? Would you give me some evidence? Would you give me something that presents the truth there? Like, can you do that? But the specifics I leave to others. Like, but when it comes to Christianity, I know that game pretty well. So the best and worst of life, yet people still think it's a God in charge. What he must be? Yes, yeah. That's kind of one of those theological, religious criticisms of it. That's kind of been my take on it all along with like Yahweh and all the rest of them. It's like, do you have, a good view of God, let alone anything else? If you're going to present God as loving, then you better take, you better take the parts out of the Bible that don't demonstrate that he's loving. Like, if you're a loving person, there needs to be some sort of definition of what you mean by love. And then does God stick to that? And the answer is no, because theologians will sit there and debate about what it means for God to be loving. I know I've been in those debates when I was a Christian. And so, yeah, it becomes a problem. So for anti-Islam critics is whether they're holistically anti-theist, only picking on Islam is then putting white on the Christian. Yes, I get it. I mean, I think though that there's expertise. There's critics that are going to be better experts in Islam. Like, I'm better expert when it comes to certain elements of Protestant Christianity. I think as a whole, the atheistic community as a whole needs to have like critics that are somewhat experts in every area of religion. So there's that. But like, it's not so much that I can't criticize Islam right along with Christianity. It's just I'm better at criticizing Christianity. So says that the person that most studies creation is closer to the Lord than the one who studies scripture most. That to me is kind of says to people who wrote it down. Yes. Provided you get a jail. Yeah. Islam, like Christianity, gives monsters an excuse. Was it a survival trait when it started? Maybe, but it sure ain't anymore. No, it's not. If they substitute criteria for God in the Bible, they might see more clearly. Yes. Yeah. Hey there, Earl. Welcome to the Lap in which our Lord naps. So, welcome, Earl. Good to see you. Hope things are well for you. Yeah. I'm doing better. Yesterday was not so good. I got ready to go to work and I got sick and in a very bad way and decided not to go to work. So, called in. and then went to bed. And yeah, don't remember anything from 9 o'clock at night on Sunday till this morning at 1. So something was wrong. I think I caught some sort of flu bug or something. So I said, nope, not doing it. So we'll see how that plays out. But yes, some of the related. Yes, I know what you're saying, Stormburn. I think, though, when you look at the atheist community, like, I'm not comfortable talking about Islam because I don't know as much about it. And I'm sure somebody who comes out of Islam isn't comfortable talking about Christianity either. Okay, like, they're not, like, that's not my bag, you know. I think, though, all of us level a criticism against religion and religious thinking. I think that's the important thing that you're getting at. Like, I pick on, at some point, I pick on, like, when I pick on Yahweh, I'm picking on like 3 of the monotheistic religions all at once. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of doing that. So, the problem I have with atheists are like the jury parts of Christianity while ignoring the parts of, yeah. And I pointed that out too, Evan, like the idea of a father sacrificing his child. Does anybody else have a problem with that besides me? Like, that's a New Testament concept. Like, it starts in the Old Testament, but the whole idea that it's okay for, in order to get forgiveness for sins, God has to sacrifice himself to do it, that there has to be blood, and and we create a communion ritual that involves basically vampiristic cannibalism in symbolic form or actual form, depending on your theology. Like, does anybody else have a problem with that? Do we have a problem with the fact that it's Jesus, little Jesus, meek and mild, that pretty much creates the doctrine of hell? Like, there's plenty of Christianity stuff in the New Testament I could bash on too, and I probably should do more of it. So, but yeah, it's kind of that way. Well, thank you. I do try to take care of myself, but I've also kind of given up on Walmart being a career at this point, no matter how much I apply for advanced positions. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like, no, nothing happens. My autistic problems get in the way, I think. So I decided to become a content creator, writer, whatever else I can be before I'm dead. So, I need a monster to fight a monster. Yeah, sometimes that's true. There's a lot of fundamentalist flaws in Christian theology. Meanwhile, I get told the child sacrifice is only bad if the child is a minor. Okay, there you go. I get you. I get you. I get you, Stormburner, so bad. But yes, I think the New Testament needs to be criticized just as much as Yahweh. But the thing with Yahweh is he's the foundation of it all. So it's only a child sacrifice. The son is 18. Oh, okay. So he's not a child; it's an adult sacrificing their adult child. Like, no. My whole problem with that is it's unnecessary. Like, if you're God, just change the rules. Just make the rules something else. Like, if you start sitting there saying in Christian theology that God is bound by something, well, then he's not all powerful. If he's bound by something, there's something wrong with who he is. So yes, we have a new acolyte. That'll be fun. The lamb, not the old sheep. Yes. Yeah, you would. Okay. Yeah, I got a video in the works about minimal facts. That's a New Testament criticism. So that one's coming. I'm trying to figure out how to do my old Bible studies again in a quick, efficient manner where I can sit down, record, edit, and be done in an hour, hour and a half. Because I'm really restricted on time these days because I work, and my body seems to be like rebelling against me, the way I treat it from time to time, and I need to figure that out too. So yeah, so there's that. Mormonism, but I can't believe it. Well, but you probably know more. Well, Marcionism is kind of an interesting viewpoint anyway. I think he was declared to be a heretic. So yeah, so it might be worth looking into. So, I've learned something since the days where blood sacrifices was a thing, and some haven't. Ain't nobody watching over us but us. Atheism isn't a worldview. Atheism is simply an assertion that no gods exist. If you're a hardcore Gnostic atheist, but if you're going to sit there and start with something that's patently untrue, like this is what apologists have told you to say, Slorb. So, but atheism can be part of a worldview, but it can't be all the worldview. There's other things that take into consideration with a worldview. Atheism only says, I just don't believe in any gods. That's all it says. So, yeah. They don't think he was a child sacrifice, even though he's technically God's child. So, yeah. Boy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. There we go. I'm just saying. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Asho. Good to see you, Asho. Hope the eye's doing better. No. I'm sorry. I've been an atheist now for a while, and I can tell you, you don't end up with nihilism. The only reason Christians assume that is because they assume that they don't have a God or an afterlife, that life doesn't have any meaning, but it has meaning in the here and now. So that doesn't necessarily need to nihilistic thoughts. Okay, that's a nice apologist line to keep people in the camp, like like, so there's something wrong with nihilism, and most people don't understand it. So I'm just not convinced there's a God anymore. I used to be, but not anymore. And I'm sorry, I've done the nihilistic path that atheism supposedly takes you down, and somehow I managed to find meaning and purpose in my life without a God. So both of those things are nice apologist tropes, but they are untrue. But that's pretty, yeah, it's lazy. I agree with Earl on that one. That's just lazy apologetics. Okay, I've dealt with that so many times. You need to go and study these things for yourself from atheists and nihilists. Go actually do some work and find out what you're talking about that isn't your echo chamber of apologetics and Christianity. Okay, it's lazy. It is. So yes, nihilism comes out of Christianity in some ways too, because according to you, life without Jesus is meaningless. So that would include not just atheists, that would include every other religion besides Christianity. Rimmer makes a very valid point here. Like, it's, you have to maintain that nihilism comes out of everything, not just atheism. Like, you have to maintain that pagans, Hindus, Buddhists, all of those guys lead to nihilism, because without Christ, you've got nothing. That's your claim. So, yes. Yeah, I mean, I would argue that's the same too, because if you've done the unpardonable sin, your life is meaningless. I mean, there's no meaning outside of Christ. So nihilism is much larger under Christianity than atheism. So, valid point. But yeah, I honestly, as on board with that, like, how many times do we have that happen on this channel on a reg? Like, somebody come up here and atheism is a worldview. It's not a worldview. It can't be. Like, it's just a statement about whether you believe in God or not. Okay, and that's it. Well, that could be part of a worldview. Like, a secular worldview kind of goes with that assumption, but then you have to do other things to create the other parts of worldview, like morality, social ethics, like the whole schmear of your worldview and how the world works has to be developed, and you just don't do it with a God present. That, so it's like there's a lot of views that cross that line. So okay, all right, fine. Leads to island remote. Yeah, I mean, basically morality is removed because morality is whatever the God says it is. Okay, so if morality says to justify it and do it, I'm sorry, no. That's a false dichotomy. Because number one, B is it's not a human evolutionary trick. Okay. Sorry. No, it's a development by humans as a tool. You're Slorb, you're demonstrating what a lot of theists do, which is just put things into false dichotomies when there's other options. No, it's not. Can't I accept neither one of those options? Okay. They're not universal truths. They're a tool. Math is a tool created by human beings to describe certain things in a way to describe them that's more accurate. And we have a chronological development of mathematics by humans that I can stand as evidence for that. And human evolutionary trick, what the hell is that? What is a human evolutionary trick? Like, you haven't defined that. Sorry, that's just nonsense. Okay, quit putting things into false dichotomies like that. Like, there's other options on that. Okay, see, this is what preachers do. This is what apologists do. I'm thinking about this today. I was thinking, like, when Douglas Wilson came up, I looked up at it, and he has this statement: either it's Christ or chaos. And it's like, this is what preachers do. This is what apologists do. They put things into false dichotomies like this without even considering any other options. That's your problem, Slorb. Like, there are other answers here. It's not always A or B. It's not always black or white. It's not always, there's other answers. And that's your problem. You get stuck in this. So, yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, but yes. Gonna ban with the next time. AI Slorb. I don't know. Yes, I reject both options. Like, it's like, yes, it's like, what do you got besides that? Like, this is typical of apologists and preachers. Like, preachers do this all the time. I used to be a preacher. I was a preacher for 20 years. I was always ending, you either got to do this or that, and ignoring the multitude of options that could be outside of those two options, whatever it was I was preaching about. Preaching, politics, apologetics, all does this false dichotomy thing. There are other answers. Okay, like, humans created mathematics as a tool to help them describe certain things that they needed to describe. Those aren't universal concepts. It's not an evolutionary trick necessarily. It's you use the word trick, and it's like, no, evolutionary development isn't a trick. Okay. And so once again, you're propagandizing evolution there. And so I reject both options, just like Earl does, because neither one of them are valid. Okay, there's other options that could be presented there. That's what apologists do. It's what preachers do. They present things in these false dichotomies all the time because it forces the human psychology into making a choice. And having two options is an easy choice. And so people just stick with that. I'm not trying to be rude there, but I used to think this way, and now I don't think this way. I realize there's other options. Okay, so math is several other things I could list off. And the one that to me has the most evidence is a tool created by human beings to describe certain things. And that tool isn't like hardcore universal either, because math gets changed from time to time because other people say. So a lot of things exist outside the human person. Okay. I petted a dog this week. I mean, he exists outside my human person. It's like your assumption that some sort of mind exists without a brain is really the issue here. You got any evidence for that? so there you go. Oh, all right. So we got, let's see, Joshua, thank you very much. It's not an either or option. You want Slorb to give his age for the earth or get banned? Okay. That's 4, by the way. One way. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. But yes, I'm not. Why wouldn't I trust looking at mathematical development, looking at it historically, who the notable mathematicians are who created different theorems? Why wouldn't I Look at that. Like, why is it goofy? You know what's goofy? Believing that there's a big, huge cosmic mind outside of everything that doesn't have any connection to some sort of brain or mechanism that just thinks. You got any evidence for that? How is that not goofy? Okay. I'm sorry, from my perspective, I've got evidence of mathematical development throughout history. What do you got? Okay, but I can tell you, I just give you a third option other than the two that you gave. So you openly are basically been exposed on your false dichotomy. Like, that's a false dichotomy, and neither one of those options I accept. So it's like, yeah. Yes, we have invented things to quantify the way the world works. So yes. Yeah, you're trusting the preacher, by the way, that's telling you to say these things. So, like, you know, I can't trust my own senses about mathematical development, but you can trust your preacher and your senses about your preacher or who is ever feeding you this nonsense. Like, it's strange that you're sitting here. I'm somehow wrong for accepting what I see, hear, believe, think, everything else, but somehow it's okay for you to do it. You're doing the same thing. So there's different types of math too. I could have pointed that out. So yes. Yes. Please answer, how old is the Earth? Oh, yeah. It's kind of about. See, this is the problem, Michael. This apologetics that I used to do when I was a kid. Like this same kind of stuff. I went to Bible college, realized that, yeah, that's problematic. My apologetics professor wasn't helpful in the end, because when I talked to him about stuff, it would be like, well, it's a cumulative case. I'm like, well, it's all bad evidence, so it's cumulatively bad. you know, um, but I couldn't, I had this thing. Yes, we can come up, the human mind can come up with immaterial concepts, but your immaterial concept is a brain slash force that exists outside of the universe for which you have no proof for. But I'm the goofy one. so, uh, so, yes, what does math have to do with Christianity? That's another good question. No, he really hasn't. Um, that's usually when when you get banned, Storm. It's like, I want to have a productive conversation, but I've heard all that crap before. Like, don't give me a false dichotomy about what math is. Okay, that's an old apologist argument that's been debunked so many times, it's ridiculous. Like, sorry, there are mathematicians that are Christians that cringe whenever that's brought up. Yeah. So, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Hey, Evan, you go do you, man. Like, you don't feel obligated to come to my streams, man. This isn't church where I'm going to guilt you into coming to stuff. If you're going to have a good time with a friend, you go have a good time with a friend. I'm going to tell you right now, if some friend came, if my friend from Texas came up and it was going to interfere with a Thursday broadcast, guess what I'm doing? But yes, I would say invented. Yes, math has been invented. It's an invented language, just like any other language. We invented it. Society inventions are a thing. We invent things in society to help us describe stuff. It's a tool, just like creating a wrench or anything else. Okay. So, God, to quantify the things we don't know, yes, we don't have a way to quantify God at all. So it's like, you're sitting there yelling at me, believing in immaterial concepts that I can't prove, but you have the largest one known as God. Okay, like where? So, kind of all the languages of Babylon. Yeah, that might be. Hey, John, good to see you. Yeah, well, I hear you, asshole, but there are some. Orthodoxy is an assertion, not proven fact. You Orthodox people are the same. If this is where you're coming from, man, dude, you're getting my band hammer, because you Orthodox people are arrogant ass people. And I'm not trying to be rude to you, but though this statement has so many assertions with no evidence in it. Prove God exists. Prove, I'm sorry, Orthodoxy isn't a consistent paradigm. Okay, it's not. Um, Beauty. So if beauty is proof of God, is ugliness disproof of God? Is logic and reason are stuff that we've developed. It's not a theological. It's not an evolutionary trick. It's we have developed those as tools to check our reasoning as well. Like, these are all tools that human beings have come up with to check other things, so it enhances survival and well-being. Like, it's what we do as humans. We try to enhance our survival and our well-being. Nothing wrong with that. But this idea, like, that orthodoxy is some consistent paradigm, boy, bro, are you wrong about that? So, love, self-mind. What the hell is that? He's a young earth creationist. Okay. Yeah. Orthodoxy tends to be that way. We don't try to be a paradigm either. Yeah, that's a good point, Rimmer. His statement seems to think that we're a paradigm, and I'm like, I'm not convinced of that. So I'm not trying to be rude, but I've talked to a lot of atheists. They seem to have a lot of different views on a whole bunch of different subjects. So, oh yeah, don't get me wrong. They're cringe. There's some of them, but there's a lot of Christian mathematicians that hear that argument and go, no. So, uh, well, around the third time, he didn't answer. He gets yeeted. All right. Thanks, Earl. Appreciate it. I knew somebody had the trigger on that sooner or later. So there you go. Oh, boy. Yes. And thank you. Okay. And so, Josh, again, thank you very much. Logic is a branch of philosophy at one point. Yes. And slowly, but I think it still is connected to philosophy. But logic, what we do with logic is we check our reasoning on things and to determine whether the reasoning is sound. So yes, but we've reached the goal. And so thank you, everybody, for your support of the stream. And the winner is the newsboy hat, which is a hat I might actually wear. So, so there we go. Oh, yeah, there's Amanda. Earl, do I have? Yeah, okay. And this is our newest cult member. Amanda, she deconverted a while ago, but she once married to a church leader. Oh, okay, Amanda. My ex-wife was married to a church leader because I used to be one. So, but yes, I can appreciate the problems. Yes, absolutely. Yes, preaching isn't that at all. No. You can be rude. You can be rude all you want, Michael. It's chat. Like, I try to be see, Earl tells me every once in a while, and Azho's told me in the past, and a few others have told me, you're too nice. You're too nice to these people. And it's like, I like to hear what they have to say. Like, but these orthodox presuppositionalist apologists come with the same lines and the same crap. And after a while, by the third question, I was already thinking that he was Orthodox. Like, I didn't even have to really know that or ask that. I'm like, I've seen this before. Where have I seen this before? And it's Orthodox presuppositional apologetics. It's him and Slorb, Jim Bob, a whole bunch of them. Daniel from the other night a few months ago when we were live streaming and he got in, and on the list went. Like, they all say the same crap because they have a script. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to reason. They have a script because that's what they've been told. You to God, shame on you. You need counter precept is pointing and grunting. Yes, beauty and ugliness are subjective. On and on the list goes. Contradicts special revelation, young earth, yes. So there you go. All right, I want to get to our, yes, we're welcoming Amanda. Let's see. Amanda was an evangelical from 9 to 27. When I got divorced, I left the church. It's been about 16 years. Was on the worship team the whole time. So I used to sing in the choir. I had several great worship teams over the years that had talent. I got lucky there because I'm not a very good music leader. So there's that aspect of my life. So got lucky having good musicians around me all the time. Definitely feel you. Assemblies God is definitely Pentecostal, evangelical, fundamentalist all the way. So I come out that. So fantasy girl in hat, I don't know, but welcome, Amanda. Welcome to being an acolyte. Yes, we don't take our religion very seriously though here. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. That's why I say I want. Oh, this sounds familiar, Amanda. I met my ex-wife in youth group. Isn't it amazing? See, I've been thinking about that one too, Amanda. So you bring up a good topic for deconstruction and deconversion there, because I want my love story. I think I was robbed of my love story because I could only have a love story with a limited group of people inside a fundamentalist denomination. You had to marry your own, or you weren't going to be considered to have a good match. And it's like, I now feel like I got robbed of my love story, and I want to have that. Like, no religion, no politics, just two people meet each other, like each other, fall in love with each other, decide to back each other up, regardless. So, yeah. Oh, worship team. You're very, yeah. I'm glad for that. You should be glad for that, because my kids got raised inside the church, and now it's a problematic situation with two of my three children in particular. So, they're all broken records. They just do the same thing. Oh, you're welcome anytime. Floor by. Oh, you missed it. You'll have to watch it later. I just quit giving me false dichotomies. Quit coming up with bullshit. Quit calling me a worldview. I'm not. Like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. That's it. The rest of my worldview has been a lot of work. Okay, like having to actually study instead of accept it from a book. My morality from a book. So, yeah, you'll fit right in. Individuals may not be, but anyone who listens is puts up the odds, the authorities they appeal to. Yes. Okay, I get what you're saying. Because yes, my issue with the Orthodox people is every time I've run into them, they're very scripted. Like they when I was in Bible college in my first semester, we had to learn this personal evangelism technique, and it's a script. And you're not encouraged to get off the script. Okay. And I have to wonder who the script is for. It's not for winning people to Jesus. I can tell you that. The script is designed also to keep people in the faith that are using it. Like, that's one thing I would love to look into again, is if I had the time, was looking into how evangelistic techniques are also designed to keep the evangelist in the faith. Like it's something that reinforces faith. I think that would be a very interesting study. So Kian Peely, you're my anger translator. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I need my anger translator, Earl. I do. Earl knows I get mad. Okay, I am just very good at hiding it. That autistic masking about anger, I got down. And like, this guy he doesn't I'm not personally angry at him. I'm just angry at the Orthodox precept technique that is so, how do I put it nicely, stupid. It's not even smart ministry. If I was still a Christian and in ministry, how does that win anybody to Jesus? How does that win an atheist to Jesus? It's not going to do it. You're not even engaged in any kind of personal touch with that. Like, the best evangelistic techniques are ones that appeal to people's humanity. That's just true, because everybody's human. And I'm not sure that presuppositional orthodox method does that. So there you go. Welcome to the Misfits, Amanda. Yes. So there you go. But yes. Got to go, Martin. See you later, man. Oh, you're welcome. Welcome, Amanda. Welcome. This fluffle is warm and fuzzy most of the time. Fangs teaches us to respect each other. I'm not wearing the Holy Bunny hat at the moment, so that's not actually doctrine, but I think I've said it before with the Holy Bunny hat on, so that makes it true. Yeah, I can see that, Earl. Me and Amanda do have a lot in common. So, yes. I'm the only difference I think is Amanda got out a little bit earlier than I did and has probably avoided a lot more bullshit. So kudos to her. Um, so there, so there you go. Hail fangs or not, it's not a problem either way. Yes. It's not a dating club. Listen, Michael, aren't you married? Aren't you married? Amanda's a little, you know, yeah, Mighty Philbert is also a minister and worship leader. You've got to be equally religionally in the same way in order to be a couple. Make my eyes crossed and brain want to explode. Yes, I'm. My thing with the religion thing and dating, and this is a deconversion issue, Evan, is I don't care if she's religious. I just don't want it to be a thing in our relationship. Like you need to understand what I am and what I believe and respect it. Okay, and respect me as a human being regardless. And so that leaves opens me a lot more options because atheist women are rare. So to say the least, good and predictable and anticlimactic. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, oh, you're fine. Newcomers are always welcome. Yeah, see, oh, yeah, don't be done. Yeah, I encourage people to talk about their deconversion stuff, Amanda. It's helpful because I think a lot of people think they're going through this. I know when I first deconverted, I felt like I was all alone and nobody else understood what I was going through. And now it's like, yeah, I understand. I do. I know. I got that down, man. I got that down. Yeah, get it out. It's fine. Appeals to insecure and uneducated people. That's why they can never talk philosophy or anything outside their script. Yeah, but I've always wondered about that. You'll see how little precepts know and how little they ever think to bother to. Yeah, disambiguate. Yes. Michael's married, but he's also German. That means something. You Europeans, I love you guys. Like, and I think Fred does too. Like, you guys fight with each other more than like you got all kinds of disparate. It's like people in the United States think about different people from different states. Like I have no good opinions hardly about anybody from certain states of the union, but it's purely goofball prejudice. It's like you can't date anybody religious. Yeah, good luck with that. Can be a little sad. Amanda saw the edgelord come out a bit last night when we met. I was fighting with the MAGA mayonnaise mushrooms while modding on Pickles Livestream. Okay. You have fun with that, girl. Led us to conclude that we already had enough all the paperwork we needed. Okay, fair enough. There you go. It's not a script. It's not philosophy. You're Croatian. Okay, there you go. That's fair. Like is a different matter. Do not fight together. It's always only Germans versus the rest. Oh, Michael, you're being picked on. Michael's actually a pretty good guy. I've enjoyed Michael. Oh my goodness. Like Michael, I just make fun of the stereotypes we have each other time to time. So that's true. That's true. It's way more fun fasting a 2 hour meeting, but I suppose I should go in a sec. Enjoy the rest of the stream. See you later, Evan. I appreciate you stopping by, though. I'm going to be done in about 20, 30 minutes anyway, so I have to get ready for work. Can't miss 2 days in a row. You like to show how wrinkly your brain is? You have wrinkles? Wrinkles on your brain. There you go. Wrinkly brains are smaller, smarter brains. There you go. Wrinkly brain. Oh, the Dutch are just okay. There we go. All right. I can't date anyone religious either. Maybe a good dog in a yard is all I need. That might be a possibility. Well, I've learned that religion is kind of one of those diseases that most humans have. Like it's a deep thing, and trying to find somebody that isn't religious at all is going to be a tall order. But I'll rub off on them, I'm sure. Oh, it's ribbing among good friends. That's kind of the way some of these state rivalries are. It was interesting. Like, I live in Michigan, and if you know anything about Michigan, Michigan football and Ohio State football don't like each other. And up here, it's like a real thing. Like, people shout at each other and get angry. When I was in Texas, there was a guy that graduated from Ohio State just a few doors down, and I went over there and ribbed him all the time. And it was friendly. It was just a friendly ribbing. And then, of course, Michigan beat him every time I was there. So I made it a little less than friendly, but yes, I get it. Like Europeans, I think the different countries kind of do that with each other, just kind of like states in the United States do. So it's the only appropriate place for wrinkles to exist. I don't know about that. My wife is a pagan, so it's a little weird sometimes, but I don't think you want to deal with being, yeah, that's probably better. Let's see. I do love my liberal Christian friends, but they are all still sad for my soul for leaving 16 years later. So I couldn't have that in a relationship. I get it. Like if somebody's always praying for your soul, and I'm like, my soul's fine. My non-existent soul is fine. so, so yes, there you go. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, she's coming up on her 39th birthday. I hope it's as epic as the 38th was. I mean, I don't know how we top that. I mean, let's be fair. I don't know if this is the latest one, but how do we do something as epic as this was? I don't know how we do that, Earl. The amount of stuff that came out of that. Yeah, the rivalry is real. It is. But you go to Texas, it was weird because it was like a funny thing. Like we just ribbed each other, but laugh about it and all that stuff. You get up here and it's real. It's real. It's a war. So, you're planning another stream? Because I'm going to say it, Earl. We got to have another piece of art based on that stream. So, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm just saying. Because when I look at this piece of art, Earl, every time I think about that stream, like that, your birthday stream, this comes up every time. The gay land Wales, the citizenship for Wales, the oh, you go watch, go to Earl's channel. She has her birthday stream, and just watch it, and you will have the context. It was a great time. It just Poor JL. I feel bad for him. Like we picked on JL pretty hard, but but it was a great time, and this piece of art is inspired by that extremely much so. Yeah, you got to check it out because JL's there, me, I don't know, Azzo was there. I mean, we had a bunch of the major players there, and we just had a good time. And absolutely, this was just a funny moment. So yes, time for but you do you. Okay, there we go. Greenland is not even all that green. Yeah, it's probably not. No, it's not part of the EU because it's technically North American. So there's still a few countries that aren't part of the EU. I don't think Iceland's part of the EU. They do too much fishing. So yeah, the stream's on your channel, as I recall. But yes, it's her birthday stream, and it's her party, and if she'll cry if she wants to, I think, is one of the subtitles. But yes, it's hilarious. It's a good time. But I every time I see this picture, it's like, oh, Earl's party. It was nice. It was nice because for me, it was a nice thing because I very rarely get invited to parties. Like, it's like, what are you inviting me to the party for? I'm going to sit in the corner and watch the rest of you be idiots. It's like, but this one was fun. It was nice. But yes, the picture still remains. Good times, and fighting for land whale citizenship still exists. Largest land border the EU has with the Brazil. Oh, so yes, I remember that French Guiana is. So yeah, like the EU is really weird. Like it's not all Europe anymore. So, but yes, like the UK's out, Iceland's out, Greenland no. And as I remember when I was studying Iceland in college, the reason for that, or was it when I was a teacher? The reason is like Iceland depends on fishing, and they would have to like severely restrict a large part of their economy to join the EU because of all the fishing agreements. So that's why fishermen in Iceland fight hard against becoming part of the EU. So you still see it mentioned across YouTube occasionally. See, that's the thing with you, Earl. You never, when you do a stream and stuff like that, it's never halfway, is it? Yes, end of links. Okay, so yes. Well, mainly France makes it weird. Okay, Netherlands a little bit. Okay, I get it. Yes, but yes, this picture comes out of that stream, and when I first saw this, I laughed my ass off because I was just having so many memories of that stream. It was just a good time. I do feel bad for JL still, although he's still doing great work, doing great stuff. Yeah, it's not you. This is not Earl. She doesn't half-ass things. So there you go. To remove the trailing bait of the ink. Yes. Yeah, it does. But yeah, that was a good time. It was a good time. I'm looking forward to it again this year if you're going to do it again. So I will definitely save the date. The real issue with me in the coming months is my schedule. Like two of the holidays fall on a Thursday when I would normally work, but I get those nights off. So that means if I want to keep the hours, I have to work like Saturday both those weeks. So I'm going to have a while there where I have Friday off one week, and then the next week I'll have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off. So it's going to go back and forth like that. So I'll have to see what happens during the holidays because a lot of the holidays fall on a Thursday this year. I think both of them, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'll have to figure all that out. But I'll be off Christmas evening and all the rest of it. So we'll see. It's still the whole portion. Okay, there we go. Two things I hate are taller people and the Dutch. Okay, there we go. Half a chicken is half an ass. Okay, there we go. So there you go. It never does. It never does it. Yeah. You tend to the definition of full ass the whole time. I don't know where it goes, Kyle. I don't know where it goes. They gave us some recently, or did they just give us back what they stole from us in the spring? I have no idea. Oh, yeah, it sounds like it'd be a great extension if it worked. Yeah, that would be nice. Extensions that work. Oh my gosh, the dreams that we all have in the days of AI. Oh my goodness, what a great stream tonight. Good, fun loving. Appreciate it. Welcome to Amanda. Don't get scared, Amanda. I'm just going to say it. Don't get scared. Yeah, these people were all misfits, outcasts, weirdos. They'll fit right in if those are things. Yeah, well, just come on by. You're not really scared that easy? Good. It'll help. Oh, yes, you'll have to, this is the Rabyd Nation. This is my weekly, like Monday stream is my weekly opening up to the masses. Sometimes I have a question, sometimes I don't. And like tonight, it's like a fireside chat kind of thing. And it turned out to be a pretty good one. So just sitting around talking. The thing about atheists is we're really not that good at community. And so I'm trying to take some of the things I've learned about building communities and bringing them here. So there's that aspect of the channel. So, yeah. So there's that issue, but also Thursday is really much more of a deconversion hangout where the theists are not allowed to be there. We can sit there and talk about stuff. And then Saturday is whatever the hell I want it to be. So work with Anna House. That's good. Mental health issues and the concern. There you go. Do you know something, Earl? I found out that there's a negative study about when they give you back the hour too. Do you know what it is? I guess it's either multi-state or just Michigan. Somebody did a report that deer accidents with white-tailed deer went up the week after this recent time change on November. This last week, the number of incidents of cars hitting deer increased by like almost 20%. So the deer have learned our traffic patterns, and then we changed things by an hour and we fucked it up for them. So they've learned how to cross our roads without getting hit. And then at least some of them do. And then now when we change the time on them, it screwed them up. So yeah, it's like it happens every year in the spring. So it's like when we had like somebody made note, like we had more accidents involving deer the couple days after the time change than all the rest of the year. So it's like whenever you change things on people or humans or animals or whatever, it always ends up with crap. So yes. So there you go. So, but yes. Daylight savings time is just bad from a bit of research I came across. Yes, it is. So, but yes, Earl's written an essay on that one, and I took that one to heart because I've had this long fight with daylight savings time too. Just leave the time the same. Yeah, you fit right in. See, there you go. Your cats don't agree with daylight savings time at all. Yeah, they probably don't. At dusk when the deer are munching where they shouldn't. Yes, same thing. Like the deer get screwed up. Like they're doing things, they've adjusted, they're doing things normal, and then we screw it up. And then we get more people killed in accidents with deer, more deer killed, more people injured, more damage to cars. It's like insurance people hate daylight savings time. They absolutely despise it. So yes, I'll post that one too. There will be blood. I remember reading that and thinking, Earl does good work when she does research. She does really good work. So this one was a good one. This is why they need to change it. Yeah, or we can just get rid of it. Like, hey, it's at 4 o'clock. It's darker now. Imagine that. We do that already. So yes, but yes, I'm all for just abolishing the thing. Set me on one time and then just leave it there. Oh yes, yes, Amanda, you're in for a treat. Let's see. Earl's a friend. What do I say about a friend in her mind? I think the Goblin Queen is a good good description of Earl's brain. She's smart, intelligent, and absolutely ruthless at times with her writing style. She's very aggressive in her writing style. She's gotten yelled at for it, I think, because of it. But I absolutely think that that's probably an accurate description. She's described herself as the Goblin Queen, and I think that's pretty accurate in the way she writes. So, so there you go. They're going to tell him so like China. Yeah, there you go. Everybody's unhappy. Perfection. There you go. That's probably true. Changing the amount of sunlight. Yeah, but that's just it. We already experiencing that naturally. Like the clock is just the thing that doesn't adjust. But yeah. There you go. So you have a fan. The time change ruined me a whole week, whereas 1 week earlier than the USA. So I missed out many US streams. Yes. At night and randomly found pickles. Funny how the world works sometimes. There you go. There you go, Amanda. It's okay. Like everybody here is pretty friendly, except when theists show up and start with their nonsense. So there you go. There we go. There we go. Daylight saving times makes her grumpy. Makes me grumpy too. I think I'm still thrown off. Like it's been a flipping week, and I am still not right. There's something not right. So, but yeah, between that and catching somebody's 24-hour flu this weekend. So the database, you're all the database doesn't support sarcasm. It doesn't. You're always friendly. Even Europeans unite against a juicy theist. Okay, there's a good. Need a digital clock that counts up from the Unix. Okay. Well, so accumulates to the change when it's time to change it back. Yes, same. Like I still don't feel right. Like it's also bad enough that you asked earlier if it snowed. Yeah, it's snowing. It's snowing right now. So I it's bad enough that I'm dealing with the early onset of winter. Okay, here in early November, but I'm also dealing with a time change during the same time frame. It's like too much change at once. Spring one should be considered cruel and unusual punch. Should even convention. The fall one is still a problem though. Like it's a problem, and I would hate to do car insurance every week after a time change. Can I not do anybody's car insurance during that time? That would be my question. Because I'm going broke because of a time change. So no time feels right for you. Yeah, there's some people like that. I'm just not. I've got my rhythm, and once I get off of it, it makes me grumpy. So the grumpy emoji is appropriate right now. It's a topic that makes me grumpy. But here I am, like it's a week later. I still feel off. The winter came. I caught somebody's 24-hour flu, and I'm now feeling like it's all time change's fault. I'm going to blame them. I don't know. Everybody uses UTC. Okay. Oh, I got to run. I got to actually, you know what, Amanda? That's probably a good cue for me too, because I've been into an hour and 15 now. So It's usually about the time I take off from these streams during the week for me. So, but yes, I do have to take off as well because I have got to get ready for work. And I got to go work. I missed work yesterday, so I need to get there today. Make sure I don't miss a couple days in a row. So, but everybody, thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you to the Rabyd Nation. As always, thank you so much for all your support. I want to give a special shout out to Stormburn, Martin, and Joshua for their support. A couple of them did twice. That's why I'm wearing the hat. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. But thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Appreciate all of you. May Fangs nibble on all of your hearts. May he use his pointy teeth to remove the religious corruption from your vegetables so that they're more healthy for you. Make sure you leave the most holy of vegetables that needs no purification, the carrot. Make sure it's circumcised. Leave it on top of your stash. That way, Fangs won't take your stash. He'll take the circumcised carrot instead. And as always, may he do all the things for you that you expect him to do as an atheist deity. Nom nom, and all of that. And as always, folks, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So you want to take all your time, money, and opportunities, give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do, and don't waste it on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as well as always, folks, I'll catch you again next time, which will be on Thursday for the Deconversion Hangout. So see you then.
It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up